Annika, you said, just joined the membership and looking forward to the point of view semester. Here's my question. How to really find out what my clients want that can be focused into one issue? Great question. Well, Annika, what can you tell me about your clients so far?
Hi, can you hear me? I'm not in my usual office space, so I'm
That's
just
okay.
gonna
Yeah, I can
turn
hear you.
on. Yeah, so I combine science and wisdom. I work with genetics and wisdom practices. And most of my clients are women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, into their 70s. And a lot of them want better health. And some of them say they want to fend off what comes with age. And my method is my island C, that I like your language. I'm sort of new to this way of talking, but it's really about, I want them to understand that, I have a way of doing nutrition I call it evolutionary nutrition, where you basically evolve or grow as a person by taking care of yourself in a way that's, informed by science, and then using wisdom to actually implement. So, and I'm working on a book as well, and I'm trying to meet them where they are. And some people say they want to lose weight, but my solution is so much deeper. So I'm struggling with what to say, because that's just a side effect when they get the other stuff right.
Okay. Right. So you've got this island sea. You've got this whole, there's more that you know is possible than what they know. And
Mm-hmm.
you have a philosophy about how to get there, which they don't know, which is, they're unfamiliar with. And you're trying to figure out how to speak to them about all of this in a way that would be relevant.
That's right.
Okay. So, so this is a good one for everyone. So here's the thing. If you have a boat, right? And it's like this boat can help everybody, like yoga or life coaching or this kind of healing thing you said, but this works on all sorts of symptoms. Then that's a problem because unless there is a big demand for that specific boat and a very small supply of that boat, you're in trouble, right? If there is um, a lot of people offering the same thing and there's no demand, uh-oh. So if you have your own unique proprietary thing, and I don't know, you're kind of the only one, then no demand, one supply of one. It's also not promising. But also, it's not that people look at us and think of us as one. They tend to think of us as, oh, there's another health coach. So lots of health coaches,
Mm-hmm.
but very little demand for the modality. So then it really comes down to this question of niching. It's like, so how do I really, how to really find out what my ideal clients want? So then my question, that all hinges on who your ideal clients are. So what do you know about your ideal clients?
Well, the ones that I work best with, and that I guess I see they're progressing most, are the ones who they they're very open-minded, and they are curious about themselves and their lives, and
Okay,
they want to
let's,
improve.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's pause there. Okay, so this is part of the challenge is there's you might want to come to my workshop at the end of the month or check out my ideal client webinar recording, which I've got on my website. Because often when I ask people about ideal client, the very first place people go are to the qualities of the people. They're kind, they're open-minded, they're generous, this type of thing, or the maybe the demographics. But it's often we go to the qualities, and I'll just say that's the least important part. The most important thing is what's the issue that you want to help them with? That's the bullseye. That's the center. So what is the thing you most want to help them with, symptom-wise?
Really to take care of themselves in a very customized way. Since I use genetics, they can
Okay.
basically step away from the general. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It's so that's what you want for them. That's what you think they need. That's your point of view, but it's not their symptom. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no easy answer to this. You've kind of got the answer in the question in a way like how to really find out what my clients want. Part of it is if we look at the whole population and say, what do they want? Well, they want a lot of things. They want a lot of different things. So the other way to go about it is we say, okay, I'm going to find people who want this. instead of saying, what do my people, what do people struggle with? People struggle with a lot of things. So from a marketing standpoint, it's better to say, I help people who struggle with this, and to really hone in on what's the particular symptom that will get them in the door. It's not that you can't have multiple, but you can't have infinite number of situations or symptoms that you help people with. So I would just say that's the homework. And if you go to my website, marketingforhippies.com/steps, and scroll down to, I think it's number 3, you'll see a bunch of resources around niching. And I would just dig into those primarily.
Yeah, and since I'm in your community, is there stuff in the membership as well for niche?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the niching arc. I would
Okay.
jump in on that. But also in the membership, okay, so since you're in the membership, you can find the Ideal Client webinar, just search that there and watch that. That will help a lot. And then also, I just created this. I'll show you where it is because I just made it. It'd be too hard to describe, but in the membership, for any of the rest of you who are in the membership, you can check this out too. Yeah, if you're just kind of new to niching, there's, where is it? Under the niching arc. Okay, so you'll see niche experiments getting started. This might also be useful for you because it'll give some
great.
thought, yeah, about what to do in the beginning with your niching. Because in the beginning, we often just need to do a little experimenting. But I would start with the Ideal Client webinar, go through that, because the first thing we want to do, I think, is generally just harvest what clarity do we already have. What do we already know? Because we do know things. And sometimes, I've talked with people and they say, oh, I just have no idea what my niche is, but it's almost never true. We've always got something. So hone that, get as clear as you can. And from that point, then you can start to do some experiments. And there will be a whole Ideal Client course we're building that should be up by the end of May at the latest.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Annika.